Hello. If you know me in real life, you probably know how I love the Tampa Bay Lightning. If you know me in real life. But if you don't know me in real life, you probably don't know how much I love them. Well, I'm going to talk about my favorite player history. I've been, well, let me just start on when I started to develop into a hockey fan. I started to be a fan when the NHL shortened season in 12-13. I started developing into one. I wasn't a full fan. I was just developing into a fan. And then at that season, my favorite player was Vincent Lecavalier. Well, he had 40 games played and had 10 goals. And then, for you guys saying that's not bad, but hear me out on this. But, he had something near like an $85 million contract. And also, he was the captain of the organization. And I think other people performed better than him. And that's embarrassing. Being a captain of a franchise and getting so much money but underperforming and having better and have people that are not as talented as you do so much better than you. That's so embarrassing. And then they sold him out for I think $32.76 million. And then he went to the Flyers and signed a deal with them. And then I was like, okay, now Molly St. Louis is my favorite player. And then, when we were on a playoff run that season, it looks like it looked like we weren't really making the playoffs. And then guess what Marty St. Louis did? He requested for a trade. Okay, Marty, if you want, if Marty will be watching this video, which I don't think he is, Florida has less tax money than the city that you went to, aka New York City. Okay, I get it's nicer. It looks nicer there. But you have to pay more tax money there. I think way more tax money. So I think he gets more money, and then when the taxes come, his first tax appointment in New York City came. It's like, okay, Marty, I think it was like this. Okay, Marty, we need you to pay, we need you to pay us more, probably $3,000 more than you do in Tampa for tax money, or maybe a bit more, since you're kind of like an athlete. And then yeah, and you'll probably be like, what? And they're probably gonna be like, yeah, you have to pay more tax money here than Tampa. So if you don't want to spend so much tax money, you should have stayed in Tampa. Okay, Marty's St. Louis family said they wanted to go to New York. And Marty St. Louis had kids, so I could see why they wanted to go there. Because at that time, I think they didn't understand that taxes are a thing. So I kind of understand why they wanted to go there. And if they were mature adults, I don't think they'll be wishing to go there because you have to pay more tax money than you do in Tampa. And then after that, and that trade made me cry. I literally, I was, I did not want the trade to happen. I just didn't want that to happen. And then I was like, okay, Stamkos is my new favorite player. And now there's rumors of, and now, if we want to keep him, which I think Tampa does, we're going to have to get rid of a lot of good players. And I mean a lot. So, do you want to keep that superstar player and get rid of a lot of other good players? Or do you want to get rid of one star player and keep the rest? It's just how it is right now for Tampa. And it's just, it was like and then like when the Martin St. Louis trade happened, I'm like, it was supposed to be meant to be. Stamkos and St. Louis were supposed to have another full season with each other and do great with each other. But that did not happen. Martin St. Louis requested a trade at the worst time during a playoff run, which we made the playoffs in. And if he made the excuse that they were not going to make the playoffs, so that's why we barely made the playoffs. We were very close to not making the playoffs that year. Kind of like the Minnesota Wild of 15-16, but except in the season of 13-14, we barely made the playoffs, but got eliminated in the first round. Or the difference between the Wild, the 15-16 Wild, and the 13-14 Tampa Bay Lightning is that like Tampa got swept, and I think Minnesota lost it in 5 or 6, or maybe 7. But I think they lost it in 6. So, yeah. So, those are my past 3 players, or my past, 4 seasons of being a fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning. For the past 4 seasons, I've had 3 favorite players. What? It's like... Past 4 seasons, I've been having to switch my favorite players around 3 times. And all of them were because 2 of them had to, or like, after this video is published, after the off season's over, it looks like 3 of them have been gone. So I do want a new favorite player, don't get me wrong. But every time I choose one, they spend 2 seasons or less with the team as my favorite player. It's just... I might not have a favorite player after this season, after the 15-16 season fully ends, which I think it has already. And when the 16-17 season starts, I think I'm going to have no favorite player. Because the past 4 seasons, I've been having to choose 3. Yep. 3 and 4. And it's about to be, if I do choose another favorite player, it's gonna be 4 favorite players in 5 seasons. Yep. I think you had a great day of listening to my vids. Yeah, I'm gonna leave, so this is my, like, yeah. Okay. There is my talking of what's been happening of my 3 most recent favorite players.